you ever wanted to go dig through a pile of buttons and thread and broken tables? Me too. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm in San Francisco and we're gonna go to a place called Scrap, which is a community resource that puts together workshops and sells crafting goods. It's all very sustainable, very crafty, and very cool. So let's go. Sorry if it's windy. I am here with a bit of an ulterior motive. During my trip, I really don't want any physical souvenirs, but what I do want is to collect collage material and not necessarily physical objects to collage with, although maybe. More so, I want to get pictures so that we can put together a pack of digital collage pieces, all inspired by crafting in San Francisco. Are you getting the reason why this place is called Scrap yet? It is truly an amalgamation of beautiful, crafty scraps. And actually, SCRAP is an acronym. It means Scroungers Center for Reusable Art Parts, which, oh my god, sign me up. You may notice there's a bunch of Ruth Asawa art banners hanging from the ceilings, and Ruth actually served as Scrap's founding board president for nearly 2 decades. That's incredible. Anyways, like I mentioned, I'm not really looking to buy anything. I really just want to snap pictures of random textural and illustrative pieces that catch my eye, and then we'll make a collage out of it along with other beautiful landscapes and tourist photos that I take throughout my trip in San Francisco. Spoiler alert, it turns out really good. Disappointing. I feel like I'm nearing the buttons. It's just giving button energy. You know what we have to do. You wanna try? Hold your breath. Shh. How was that? Refreshing? I think I hit the mother lode. Country kitchen magnets? They're working so hard. Shut up. Oh my gosh. Dream cake. Is that Snoopy? I love her. I love them. Cute stance. Part of me is really glad that this doesn't exist where I live now, because where I lived in San Francisco was like a 5-minute drive from here, and I never came. That was probably a good thing, because I might have had to get like a restraining order from this place. We would certainly be enmeshed. Like, I'm sorry, would you like a 1.5 foot spoon? Or maybe just an 8-inch spoon? Oh, perhaps 4 8-inch spoons if you're really trying to fill out your collection. As cool as trophies are, this is what caught my eye. This reminds me of those clips that everybody uses in their like journals. It does say that on the other side, but I mean, that's kind of cool. You need a lucite chair leg? I mean, why the heck not? I found the sticker section. Thankfully, so far, the only thing that I've really wanted are pictures of all of the little paper ephemera that I found for collaging, which is exactly what we came here for. Awesome. But also this. What it is, who's to say? I'll leave you for some other baddie. If you don't mind, let's take a quick break from the perusing to hear from today's sponsor. As you can probably guess, I make a lot of tiny and big purchases at antique malls, craft stores, thrift shops while making these YouTube videos. And just for myself, keeping track of receipts, logistics, for so many little purchases, kind of a nightmare. So I'm very thankful to the sponsor of today's video, Monarch, for helping me out with keeping sane and staying on top of my finances. If you're not familiar, Monarch is a private, ad-free personal finance platform that brings all of your disparate accounts into one clean dashboard with bank level encryption and read-only access to your accounts. I actually signed up for Monarch with my own money at the start of this year after doing a bunch of research, so I'm a big fan. Like I mentioned, one of the specific reasons I like Monarch so much is that I can group all of my thrift and craft and YouTube specific purchases into one category, so I can stay on top of how much I'm actually spending on all this stuff, even if it's from like 10 different vendors in 1 month. It helps keep me honest, and it really just helps declutter my brain and take off one of those logistical tasks that I just don't want to do. Monarch syncs with over 13,000 institutions, and it's also super simple to set up a shared view with a partner if you're working towards the same financial goals. Also, this is just for my fellow aesthetic nerds out there, but it's just pretty to look at. So if you want to try out Monarch, you can start your free trial and get 50% off your first year of total money clarity using the link down below and the code illustrated50. Thanks, Monarch. That was lovely. The scrap place is definitely located in more of an industrial area. I took public transit, I took the bus. I felt fine, but if you have a car, it'll probably be a lot easier to get there. I'm not taking the bus away. I am, in fact, hanging out with my robot boyfriend. My Waymo's taking me to the back of a warehouse. I think it either wants to kiss or wants to kill me, so. I mean, we'll see. We're so back. How amazing was Scrap? Hello? I hope you enjoyed perusing the aisles as much as I did. And I don't know if you're gonna believe this, but I did not, in fact, buy anything. Nothing. Instead of buying anything, I collected images, little ephemera, little illustrations on vintage greeting cards to use in collage. Which is what we're gonna do right now. When this video is posted, it is just about time to make a new cover for my planner. This is my February cover, very cute, that we collaged together in a previous video. If you wanna watch it, it's up there, unless it's not. So we're gonna use the images that I captured to make a March collage cover inspired by our trip and inspired by spring in general. And then don't forget that this is a play along at home as well, because every month it's my goal to also release a digital wallpaper that goes along with our planner cover. So this is one from February, and we'll be doing it again for March using the images I captured, and it will be available to you at KathleenIllustrated.co if you want it. No pressure. So for now, we've got to solve a little bit of a problem. Unlike my typical collage process, which is cutting actual paper out to then paste on a piece of paper, I just have a bunch of JPEGs of stuff. I love that guy. So what I need to do is to cut out all of this imagery digitally and then print it out on paper and then paste it on our paper collage. And that's going to be tedious for me, and hopefully it'll be a charming little time lapse for you. Let's do it. Wish me luck. I've scanned, I've isolated, I've printed a bunch of the photos I took at Scrap, and for real, printing on newsprint gives such a nice kind of washed out texture. I'm definitely going to use that going forward. I also snagged a pic of my Golden Gate Bridge bookend to use. So now let's start cutting out and devising our new spread. It's time to say goodbye. Kind of sad. I started off strong with this one. It's just such a funny kind of meditative process because it's like I first took a picture of a thing I found and then I digitally cut out the thing I wanted and then I printed that out only to cut it out again. The only reason to do this extra cutting out step is for my own benefit to use, you know, in this journal spread. If I were just making digital wallpapers, I wouldn't have to do the printout step. It's just for me. I keep having this thought of like, ugh, is this worth it to do? And it kind of evolves into like, am I worth it to have these things? Is it worth my small enjoyment of seeing my journal spread every day? And I think it is. I think it is. I'll look at that journal spread and know a lot of intention went into making it, which I don't often do for things that are purely just for me. I'll do it all day at work, for my day job, or for the things that I am offering on my shop or in my YouTube videos. But rarely do I go the extra mile just for myself. For you. Just kidding, for me. And you, I guess. One of the main reasons I like working at this desk is because I can lean my forehead against this top shelf. We've got our first batch of images cut out. Now I get to dig into some books for additional images. So here's what I'm imagining. I'm kind of imagining like a meadow scene with flowers, maybe some architecture mixed in. So I'm going to start cutting out little bits. I need to find a meadow, grass, in another book, perhaps my Architectural Digest from May 2002. A lot of pools, not so many meadows. There's some meadow. Let's just start, you know. Hey people. So I have a general composition figured out. I've got my March letters cut out here. I've got this kind of like rolling hill vibe with the Golden Gate Bridge peeking out. I've got some water and some sky to put back here. Now I just need to figure out how to glue from the back forward. So kind of like rebuild it as I go. And this is something that I haven't totally cracked the technique on yet because I like to kind of lay things out loosely, not glued down first to see where things are going. And then it's like, all right, then you have to take everything off and rebuild it. And how are you gonna remember exactly where everything goes? Right now my technique is to just take a picture of it and to just have a hope and a prayer. I think that's fine, but if you have some like Megamind workflow that you use, let it rip. Speaking of Megamind workflow, a lot of y'all recommended using Mod Podge last time for the little tiny pieces that I can just paint on a little bit with a brush. And I don't really need this to be the most secure thing ever. It's going to be in a plastic jacket. So it really just kind of needs to be tacked down. But I think it's very cute. I do wish some of my flower motifs, basically I kind of wish everything was just a little bit smaller. And I could print it out again, but like I won't. So let's just keep moving. At the end of this video, I'm very excited. We're going to tally up how much we made for charity last month with last month's digital wallpapers. I haven't decided the charity for this month's yet, but it is Women's History Month, so maybe something aligned with that. We'll figure it out. This feels illegal to take off. A fresh start. Blade cover. Where is the naked blade? Oh, I gotta stop doing that. Are you ready for the March spread reveal? What's not to love? Now when you open it up, it really feels like San Francisco. The rolling hills, the bay, and the sky. I think it turned out real nice. And I love seeing all of the little images of the things I took pictures of at Scrap making their way in here. Like the little star, that's now the sun, the floral fabric I found, flower, pig, spiral in the sky, classic. How freaking cute. And much more of like an actual composition than February. Oh, forgot the final touch. Our little charm. Perfect. My friction pin's around here somewhere, probably in my backpack, but that'll do for now. Cool. So now I have a spread for myself to see and enjoy every day. Now I need to make one for y'all to see and enjoy every day in the form of a phone or tablet or desktop background. This is the fun part. I feel like we've put in all the work already of prepping all of the collage pieces. Now we just get to play. We're done. Let me show you. This hard drive's like my emotional support hard drive. I don't even need it right now, but she's hanging out. So last month, the February wallpaper, my digital version was very different than my actual journal version. Because like I've mentioned, the actual journal version wasn't much of like an actual composition. It was just kind of random. Where is Photoshop? You were here a second ago. Oh. But this month, what's on my journal and what's on my iPad are very similar. What happened to March? March is gone. I've taken this in and out of this journal cover a couple times. And I'm gonna say Mod Podge, not the best adhesive. I would recommend only using it for the little tiny details. I'm sticking with a good old glue stick otherwise, because that's an unfortunate jumble. Will I be fixing it? What do you think? So we got tablet. Oh. We've got phone. Super duper cute. It almost looks like a Windows screensaver, which is extra fitting because that photo was taken in the Bay Area. So how I built it. Come here. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, so basically I brought in a picture of my spread, you know, front, back, boom. And then since this is for the tablet, it needs to work both vertically and horizontally, so we had to work on filling out these side pieces. So I started building out the edges so they didn't end so abruptly in like straight horizontal lines, which required some clever collaging. I used screenshots of video clips that I took while I was there. So like that's the water from the bay. There's a clip that I took of the Golden Gate Bridge, the sky above Fisherman's Wharf with some birds, and the moon kind of matches the sky there, and a cool hill I saw, I think probably in Bernal Heights, which kind of matches the hill here. And from there, just started adding things like these divas, obviously, and I really wanted to include these guys. So they're in both the tablet version and the mobile version. Adjusted the colors, add a little bit of grain to everything so it all looks cohesive. I love it. And when you're watching this video, they are both available for digital download on my website, KathleenIllustrated.co. Ooh. With a portion of proceeds this month going to Dress for Success Columbus, which, if you're not familiar, is an organization that empowers women to achieve economic independence by providing career development tools as well as professional attire for interviews and landing important jobs that will hopefully change their lives. If you're local to Dress for Success, you can donate gently used, business-friendly, sharp attire. Maybe you recently changed roles and you have a closet full of business casual. That's a great place to send it to. And let's talk about the totals that we have for last month's charity donation. Let's see. Net sales for the February collage pack was $352. Net sales for the February digital wallpapers only, $384, which brings us to a total of $736, which I'm going to use a corporate match on, which will double it, and that will be donated to Chris, Ohio, which focuses on refugee and immigration services local to me. So thank you so much to everybody who bought a pack for February. Really appreciate that. For February, it was 100% of proceeds were donated. I just want to be transparent that going forward from March onwards, if you purchase one of these digital wallpaper packs, it's going to be a portion of the proceeds donated, not 100%. Just want to make sure everyone's on the same page to make sure that this is a sustainable thing for me as well. Okay, did y'all have fun at Scrap this week with me? We went scrapping. Well, I hope you liked it because my next video is also going to be San Francisco based. I had a to-do list of things that I needed to do while I was in the city, and it kind of turned into a nice little tourist guide, I guess. If you ever have a couple days in the city, you might want to try some of the things I did as well, so look forward to that. And for now, I'm gonna get out of here. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. Hope you're taking care of yourself. If you want to match me with a wallpaper or a non-March wallpaper, in every digital download, there's a version without the month in case you want to use it forever. You're allowed. Feel free to grab that at KathleenIllustrated.co. Okay, let me know what you're crafting. Let me know what you're working on. Thanks for the love on the serger video last week. That was really fun. And I will see you soon, okay? Even though you're very stinky. Bye.